Hi everyone, welcome to the Buffalo Heart Holy Man Show. Glad you could make it. Today we're going to be talking about departed loved ones and having some closure. Who has lost someone, or something, or an animal, or a relative? It is a terrible thing. It's heartbreaking. I've lost a few animals, I've lost a few friends, and I've lost a few relatives. There was one in particular, which is my uncle. I've never ever met him before, and yet when I went to go and see him, it was quite moving. It was quite painful to see him suffering the way he was. He had cancer, and after I had met him in the hospital, what happened was he passed away 2 weeks later. I unfortunately had to give my father the bad news. Now I know that type of news is not the best news to give anybody, which we all know. But we all need to realize that we need to bring closure. We cannot hang on to past relatives that have passed on, because they're in a much better place. And they all want us to be happy. Please remember that. They all want us to be happy. Not sad, not to dwell on their death, not to dwell on their pain, or what they looked like when they passed away. This is not a good thing to dwell on. We need to release that and let it go. So we need to bring closure to it. We need to release it. We need to get away from it. The last thing that they would want for us is to keep suffering, because they've done all the suffering themselves. What the Irish do is have a wake. And there's drinks, there's food, and they talk about who's gone, who's passed, and they celebrate the person's life. What better way of celebration when someone passes? I believe we all need to do that. And then we need to move forward. Keep going. And losing your family pet is just as traumatic as losing a loved one. And you say, how is that? Well, you still have feelings. The animal has feelings. Look what you've been through. The animal has been with you all this time. You need to bring closure to any kind of loss or any kind of scenario. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, family, pet, or relative. It just doesn't matter. It still means the same thing. It's a loss. And it's feelings. Your feelings have been hurt. And it's very traumatic for all of us when we lose somebody or our family animal. In the closing out process, we need to let all of this go. We can never hang on to anything like this, because it causes too much pain, it causes too much trauma in our lives still, and it causes stress, it causes depression, and it can cause us illness. They all want us to move forward. I'm sure that when they go and leave up above, that they look down on us and they say, geez, they're still suffering. Why? Well, because they loved you. We're talking about closure on the whole situation. They're looking down on us. They want us to be very, very happy. So be happy. Be joyful. Be abundant. Smile, laugh, joke. When they look down upon you, they want you to continue on and to move forward. We need to do this immediately. And it may sound cold and unfeeling, but it isn't. And you would say, how can you say that? It's not cold and it's unfeeling just to let somebody go right away. Well, are we going to keep on dwelling on this? No. We need to be happy and joyful. And that's what they would like, because up above, they're happy and joyful. So why wouldn't they want the same for us? Whether it be your family pet or your lost relative. or lost friend. It's good to be happy. Move forward. Put love in your heart. Feel it and know that they're there. I'll give you a prime example. My father passed away in 1994. It was a terrible thing for me. When I found out, I had to drive all the way to a place in Ontario with a friend. And what happened was I was crying all the way for 100 miles. And I couldn't stop. And then finally when I got there, I was able to stop and to look at my father lying there was terrible. But I knew he was at peace. And so when it came time to say goodbye, and he was laying there, I went up to him and I kissed him. And I did something very special that nobody else would do. So I waited for everyone to go. And I put 2 carnations in his hand. One for my mother, one for my father, even though my mother is still living. So what I did was a good thing. It's your choice what you do in that moment. I chose that. And when I put these flowers down, put them in his hand, and I said goodbye. But I forgot to thank him for all the good things that he did for me, even though we may not have got along all the time. It's okay to do this. It's okay to say to him later, please forgive me for all these things that I said wrong to you, and I forgive you for all the things you have said wrong to me. This is how it's done. This is how you put closure. And then you let them go. You walk away. You don't look back. You move forward. They want you to be successful. They want you to be loving still. They want you to be joyful and happy in your life. And I can't accentuate that enough. So that gave me closure, putting the flowers in his hand. And then I walked away. But he still talked to me. He came to me in dreams. Many, many dreams. And it was to help me along my path, along my spiritual path. Finding little ways like these sure helps you. Because you know it makes you feel better. You know that they're still there. And they're still watching over you. And yes, you still break out into tears when you know that they're there. But think of it this way. Know that they're there to help you. Not to bring tears to your eyes. But if there are going to be tears, let there be tears of joy that they are in your presence watching over you. It's very angelic. Very heavenly. And full of love. Because the more depression, the more anxiety, more stress that you put in your life, it just makes it worse. You're never ever feeling good. You have to be happy. Just be happy. They're not here. They're up there. They're in a much better place. We're down here. We're still going through our emotions, our struggles, and our own difficulties, our own problems. And we're working them out. But they're up there, and they're about to do that again. So think of it that way. Bringing closure will help alleviate all this pain and stress and anxiety so you can move forward, because without that you cannot. You just dwell, you stagnate. This is not good. So please be happy and joyful, move forward, get on with your day, get on with your life, and make something of yourself to the best of your ability. That's what they would like. They don't expect anything from you. No one does. You cannot lie about what is going on around you or be in denial. Accept things for what they are. It'll help you a great deal and set you on a better path. It'll bring you truth, clarity, and understanding, and more love in your heart. And remember, put that love in your heart and bring it out and radiate it every single day. Not only will you feel it, but people around you will feel it, but the ones that have passed, they will also feel it. And that includes your family pet too. I do love you all, and blessings to those who have had ones that have departed. Thank you so much for listening and watching this program today. Blessings to all, from my heart to yours. Have an awesome day.